Welcome back as we continue episode 9 of 4D, Def's Daily Dose of Dota. I'm your host, Michael Deficit Plumley, and today we're watching a game focusing on the mid lane. Today's mid lane hero is Ember Spirit, played by VG.Super. He was matched up against Evil Genius's Beastmaster in a recent game from the finals. Many of you saw it, about 100,000, of ESL NY. We're about 20 minutes into the game, and this is going to be what I would consider the start of the mid-game. We've had a few towers fall, we have a few items on our heroes, and for our Ember Spirit, he can start thinking about his first big item. Battle Fury, Crystallis, something more creative? We're about to see. Let's hop back into the game. When we left off, our Ember Spirit had just picked up the Drums of Endurance. He has his Fade Boots on. He's quite fast now with the Phase Boots. 435 movement speed. 637 mana, you'll notice, is more than enough to get off his rank 4 Searing Chains and a rank 4 Flame Guard and a Sleight of Fist or two with the addition of a Fire Remnant that'll deal 100 damage. For our EG team, we see a very aggressive Roshan here with just two heroes here, Arteezy and PPD. And we saw Ice starting to scout that out. They're putting wards on the high ground to de-ward. Love the scout ability of that Astral Spirit for Elder Titan. Going back to Super, he's up to 1,000 gold. He's going to start working on his next item. With this lane of incoming creeps. We see a defensive Spirit here. As Super is rotating down in the bottom lane, they may want to take this bottom tower. They also saw EG attempting to Rosh. Got Roshan down to about 60% health before they had to back off. They were starting to get zoned by Ice's Astral Spirit. I really like Ember Spirit against this Visage and his familiars. One Sleight of Fist will attack all of the familiars, who are typically very difficult to get away from. With a siege creep and 3 heroes here, this lane will fall very quickly to Super's Ember Spirit. He's only pulling about 100 damage per hit, but with the assistance of the Flame Guard, giving 60 DPS, the initiation of the Fire Remnant, doing 100 damage per charge, and Searing Chains, doing 100 damage per second, about 300 at max rank for 3 seconds. He is quite a foe to be reckoned with.
Dire's top tower is
He's
under attack.
porting back to base.
Dire's
We saw our heroes from EG attempting to push out this top lane. But a Flame Guard with the assistance of a Sleight of Fist will shred through this lane of melee creeps. And the tower is saved.
Radiant's middle tower
A tier 1 tower for only about half the health on their tier 2 tower being exchanged. We see Ember Spirit as number 3 on the net worth. He's at about 7,000. 2,300 gold. He can quickly start to think about his next item. Could be a Battle Fury, could be a Crystallis. We'll see that very soon. Defensive Remnant being thrown out. They're up good for, I think, 45 seconds. As he picks up a Perseverance from the secret shop, it will be a Battle Fury for his first item. Just a really excellent AoE cleave it down item once you factor in Sleight of Fist, getting to 6 seconds. It's going to do a lot of work when he does have opponents like Lycan with the 2 Summon Wolves. We have a Nature's Prophet with several Tree Ants. This all just turns into food for Ember Spirit. Speaking of food, 4 heroes using the time to pick up Roshan, while EG tried to push and finish off that tier 2. That'll get him about 2/3 of the way to that Battle Fury. 1,000 gold, he can almost pick up the first damage item. Speaking of damage, we do see Arteezy finishing the AC Assault Cuirass. He's going to be a little tankier. He already has Vladimir's Offering. He's tops in net worth. But this Ember Spirit's starting to come online.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Killing the Beastmaster. And we see the lane will start to be pushed out for our VG team, having to quickly force away the Lycan Wolves. The Familiars attempting to push in the top lane. But Ember Spirit just turning on the Flame Guard and going to work. Effectively eating through the creep wave. He's up to 94 last hits. Averaging about 5 or 6 per minute. Has a 7 ice armor on him. Get him up to, I think, 60% physical resistance. Definitely going to help him. He is an agility hero. He does only have, at level 11, soon to be 12, about 1200 HP. Whereas someone like Lycan, he's up at 1300. You also have Beastmaster, another strength hero. He's up at 1200. Ember Spirit turning on the Flame Guard. You see the Vladimir's aura. Black is here to help. And they're going to begin pushing out this lane. They'd like to bring down this mid tower. Would really start to open up the jungle because they know Arteezy's just going to continue farming it up.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
900 gold on deck. And he has one piece of his Battle Fury already online. We see both Fenrir and FY, the supports, backing off on the lane, not pushing it out, letting Super come over, do the work, get the last hits. He's up over 105 at the 22-minute mark. And 1,000 gold, he only needs another 200 to complete that Battle Fury at the 22-minute mark, which will really start to ramp up his damage. 42% physical resistance. Across the rest of the map, we see Beastmaster rotating into the jungle with the Familiars. Wants to get a little bit of farming done. Ice, 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 just zoning the opponents out with that Astral Spirit. And 1,300 gold, the 23-minute mark. The 2 pieces are done. That will be a completed Battle Fury, along with a plate mail for Ice, Ice, Ice. Could be going Shiva's Guard. Could be going Assault Cuirass, though. Assault Cuirass would definitely increase Ember Spirit's damage. Shiva's would just make it a little easier to slow the opponents, make Ember Spirit that much more versatile in chasing.
Middle tower is under attack.
And at the 23-minute mark, that full Battle Fury is complete. Sleight of Fist,
are fortified.
rank 4 now as well. Ember Spirit has actually opted to not get the rank 2 Ember Spirit yet. Or Fire Remnant as it's called. Instead, he just uses it for the mobility, rotating quickly, securing the Gem of True Sight. Not sure if he'll end up hanging on to that. The Courier did not end up dying there. Bit of a risky play from Beastmaster to attempt to try and kill it, especially since he is melee. And Ember Spirit just moving back into the bottom lane to continue to farm. He turns on the Flame Guard, 110 mana, and he will just start to chew through the wave, especially with the 50 mana Sleight of Fist Battle Fury. Looking back at the net worth, we still see Arteezy first 12k, but once again the trio of VG members starting to close in, all with 9,000. Looking at the levels, we see a similar tale. Arteezy doing a great job of farming, but after that, it's all VG Gaming. Super. This Aegis is going to expire soon, but he's used this opening as he stacks his own camp here. Uses the Sleight of Fist. Doesn't get the stack off, but he's still farming it up. He's used his time with this Aegis to just continue keeping the lanes pushed out, trying to prevent this pushing strat from EG. And he's found PPD using a paralyzing cask. He misses on the Searing Chains there. And the Visage Familiars will have to force him away. He may be able to kill a few here if he wants to Sleight of Fist them again. Chooses not to. Not sure if he could one-shot those yet. He only has a Battle Fury. But not just a Battle Fury anymore. He's up to 2,000 gold. Quickly closing in on his next item, and it looks like he's made a purchase. The first broadsword is out, along with the Blades of Attack. just continuing to farm up. Arteezy doing the same in his own jungle. Ember Spirit rotating back down, picking up this rune.
Never refuse gold given.
And it's going to be a Crystallis at the 26-minute mark on the back of a 23-minute Battle Fury for our Ember Spirit. The courier will deliver the item, and it's an immediate smoke from VG Gaming. We see the net worth. Ember has propelled into second with almost 11,000 damage here. Pardon me, 11,000 gold net worth. And the VG supports roaming into the jungle,
Radiant's middle tower is
looking to
under
secure a
attack.
kill, hoping to catch someone out of position. Brewmaster has the blink dagger. They're not as safe as they think they are. Ult coming out on Super. But he will be able to jump back. Primal Split coming out of our
Dire's
Beastmaster.
bottom tower is under attack.
And Arteezy going hard on FY. He's the squishiest support, the lowest level. He will be able to secure the kill.
Avengement is mine.
But that will be a 10-second duration
Dire's
BKB.
bottom tower is under attack.
And Ember Spirit just continuing to look back, get some sleight of fists in, and just pepper the team with damage. We can see PPD below half health. Arteezy still low as well. The Crystallis and Battle Fury can begin to do work. He gets a very long range sleight of fist off on two heroes. Black will come in and capitalize. EG Universe falls as well.
A forest fire begins.
We see some stuns coming out from the familiars. The Fire Remnant coming in and helping to secure a kill. It's a 3-for-1. Lich, the only casualty of war for VG. And this mid tower will soon fall.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Pushing forward, they claim the
Radiant's
tower.
middle tower
It's 11 to
has
15 in
fallen.
VG's favor. Looking at the net worth chart, EG's had a slight lead for most of this game, but that is starting to fall away with fights like that. We see a Daedalus recipe now coming out for Ember Spirit. He bought that, just making sure he didn't die in the fight and would lose some of that gold. And he just rotates out to the lane, where he knows he can safely farm, get an extra 200 gold roughly. And in another 1,000, he'll be able to pick up his Daedalus. 6.3 mana regen we see, with the help of an item like the Drums of Endurance, giving that intelligence. $1,000 gold away. Getting buffed with an ice armor, now up to 9 armor, puts him up at nearly 50% physical resistance. That's going to come in handy once they start getting into these man fights with Lycan. Black just continuing to farm. He's still using that gem from Zai, limiting the vision of EG. Even the courier has ice armor. Didn't know you could do that. Good to know. Learn something new every day in Dota. Universe has not had a fantastic time this game. He's level 13, towards the bottom of the scale. We see the main issue though is presumably going to be this Arteezy Lycan level 17 having to face up against potentially 3 equally geared carries in the form of Super, Black, and soon to be Ice Ice Ice. He has that plate mail. He's tanky. Once he uses the Astral Spirit, that briefcase is going to just start hitting harder and harder. And it looks like he did complete the Shivas. It's going to have some slowing ability in these fights, a little more AoE damage. With heroes like Visage and Witch Doctor. A couple damaging abilities could quickly find themselves at below half health. Roshan's going to be up very soon. The first one fell to Ember Spirit and his Vici brethren. And PPD almost getting caught out in the bottom lane again. He is quickly becoming a target of food for Ember Spirit with the amount of farm he has on his hands. And speaking of farm, it's the 30-minute mark, and that's a Daedalus coming out for Super. He's now within 2,000 gold of Arteezy, who's just continuing to farm mid. We see Black just attempting to limit contest a little bit. Hyperstone might be going for that Assault Cuirass. And FY, he may be low on levels, low on farm, but just really on point scouting out Roshan. And all 5 heroes will come in. Whereas EG, several heroes farming out of position. FY just looking to zone here. He sees PPD. Could go for a kill if he wants. Might be able to do it. Only 1,000 HP. He will. PPD jukes away from the ultimate. But that was a max range Astral Spirit. Helping to get the kill. While Ember Spirit secures the second Aegis. He moves up to the top lane. Sleight of fisting to clean up the wave. These Visage Familiars are going to sit by the wayside here and hope to continue pushing things out. But Super's here. Quickly doing a Sleight of Fist. He would love to start tearing through these, as he could quickly do 450 HP with the amount of damage that he could do. Battle Fury and Daedalus. So we see our VG heroes just continuing to farm up their own jungle. Their net worth has taken a dive into their favor. About a 1,700 gold lead for them. And Super wants to push out this top lane. It's been pushed pretty far back. He knows that the Visage Familiars would just be waiting for a counter push should he leave. And he quickly fire remnants back to his base and will rotate to mid, where his 4 teammates are waiting for him. This Hawk will scout it out first, though. Arteezy using his time just to continue farming. He does have a Skull Basher now, 1,300 gold in addition to that, but Ember Spirit is quickly starting to catch him. That was Lich getting a kill. We can actually rewind that. Visage was attempting to farm in the jungle, scouted up by Ice Ice Ice. He does get stomped here. Black can immediately hop in and burst through with the help of that Shiva's Guard, the remaining damage. Really not much our EG Fear was able to do there. And now with 1 man down, they're going to be pushing in on that mid tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
All 5 heroes are here, and there's not much Arteezy can do than attempt to split push himself. Super porting home to Sleight of Fist the wave, really just chewing through the melee creeps there, but Arteezy's still able to secure. Ember Spirit left his remnant there. The tower's down. They're rushing back into lane. And Arteezy's fast, but he's a little out of position now. The tier 3 will take significant damage. Arteezy instead will choose to port home.
Under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Super 3,000 gold.
Middle tower has
Could start thinking about his next item to go for. Sleight of Fist really tearing through our heroes. Ultimate coming out from both Witch Doctor and Beastmaster. The Death Ward doing significant damage, killing both the Elder Titan and helping to kill the Beastmaster. Mystic Flare quickly pulling down the Beastmaster. And Super low, but that's only the Aegis. Arteezy having to pop his ult and use it to run away. Down to 400 HP. He'd like to pursue. The damage is significant though, and will be enough to kill the Ember Spirit. Doesn't look like he was able to buy anything before he died, but still, at 3,000 gold, he could start thinking about his next Battle Fury or his next Crystallis. With what ended up being a 1-for-3 trade, in addition to a tier 3 tower falling, Arteezy can just continue to push out this middle lane. You might think about an Abyssal Blade next, as Visage has the Shiva's Guard himself. Very tanky. 74 physical damage, 67 magic resistance with that rank 4 Gravekeeper's Cloak, in addition to the Shiva's Guard, Medallion of Courage. Up to 3,000 gold on that Ember Spirit now. And the lane's just continuing to be pushed out. Ice, Ice, Ice occupying the mid. 4 staff in addition to the Shiva's guard. Plus 112 damage with the help of that Astral Spirit. Very significant there. And it could be a couple right clicks that'll help him secure a kill in these team fights. Universe continuing to farm up the jungle. Arteezy wishes to do the same. Looking at the hero levels, we see FY, who's died a couple times, but typical 5 support role on the lower end of the levels. Same could be said for PPD. He does have the rank 2 Death Ward, though. Probably will not get to an old stick in this game. Great. One of my favorite old sticks. Turning what would essentially be a 150 DPS, or rather 150 damage per 0.22 seconds, making 4 bounces in a large team fight. Exponential damage. Speaking of exponential damage, we see an ultimate orb in addition to the Battle Fury and Daedalus coming out for Ember Spirit. He might go for a Scotty after sitting around and thinking about his death in the last fight. 1700 HP at level 19 compared with 2200 for our Lycan, or 1700 for a level 15 Beastmaster. He might be looking to just tank up a little bit
bottom tower is
while
under
still getting
attack.
some more DPS from the agility stat. The lane's been pushed out all the way to the tier 3, but not a problem for Ember Spirit. Whether it's the 37-minute mark or the 77-minute mark, he can come in with the Flame Guard, Sleight of Fist, and just really eat through this wave. We see a rotation, large rotation coming out from EG. They're all smoked. Even the familiars are smoked. They're hunting. Let's turn on the vision. They'd love to catch someone out. Or, if nothing else, push down this mid tower, but all the heroes have gone missing. EG Universe might think twice about rotating to that lane now with Ember Spirit there. Likewise, VG Gaming see all of EG missing. They're hugging the bottom here. FY sitting in the rafters. Might anticipate a rotation here. And Super sees it immediately. Going to his Remnant defensively. FY does have a TP scroll here, but he might just sit it out, see if an opportunity presents itself. He did almost claim a kill on PPD earlier. And a 1200 Witch Doctor could quickly turn into food for 1000 damage Mystic Flare. Super's up to 2600 gold. That could be his next ultimate orb should he choose. Black has the Hyperstone out. Not sure what he's going to turn that into. It looks like it will be the Assault Cuirass. And Ember Spirit just rotating through the lanes.
Illusion. Anytime you're ready, guys.
As we see Arteezy farming up the mid. Sleight of Fist tearing through the waves.
I'll take that.
Just continuing to farm up. He's very close to what should be an Eye of Scotty. And they're both waiting for this Roshan to return. Looking back at the net worth. Arteezy still 21,000 gold, but Super starting to get closer in tow. And it should be very simple with lanes like this to farm up.
Damage.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The tier 2 might be the next point of contention for EG and VG, but Arteezy not so sure about committing to that yet. Not sure if his team can win a team fight. Just continuing to farm up the jungle. He does have his Abyssal Blade now. 2-second stun would be very critical in killing a slippery hero like Ember Spirit. with the help of these fire remnants, sleight of fist, phase boots, his quick speed. He is a difficult hero to pin down. And Ember Spirit is happy to come back and just continuing to farm up. That was actually for a Lincoln Spear. I like it. Could prevent this initiation on him. Also, would block the Abyssal Blade. Hyperstone's still just sitting on the courier for black. He's getting pretty close to that. He needs about another 200 gold. These familiars have just been sitting in top lane for a while. But you saw what happens with that extensive amount of damage of just a Battle Fury and Daedalus. They begin to become food. And Arteezy, popping his ult, he wanted to chase. Not sure what he's going to end up doing now. So he just resorts to pushing out the lane. And then retreating. We see Roshan's up. And there's already a smoke rotation from VG. They'd love to get a kill or two. That would all but secure the Rosh. They see the Treant here. They choose to kill it. And they think they have the damage. EG are a bit of out of position. And this may be the third Rosh in a row going to VG Gaming. PPD rotating. Very ambitious Mystic Flare there. He cast it before
has fallen to the Dire.
the slow had went off. And that's the third
middle tower is
Aegis
under attack.
going to Ember Spirit once again. And already 3,400 gold on deck. And now he's up to 2,000 HP. Relative to the Lycan who's at 2,400, level 22. Certainly starting to beef up, and in the next team fight, he does have the HP to survive before he's able to get off all of his abilities and just decimate the EG lineup. Squishy supports. Well, speaking of squishy supports, that was an ultimate spent for Arteezy to secure the kill on FY. But Lycan will not be able to farm as fast as Super with these fire remnants, quickly just rotating through the lanes, and is happy to continue farming. He wants to bulk up anyway. He knows that he will fare very well against the heroes of EG. Zai coming into the pit, checking. We'll use the Visage Familiars to help clear out some wards. And Super, very aggressive here, but he already has that defensive remnant. He's just pushing out the lane and then instantly rotating back to it. Not much Lycan can do. Even if he had gotten in range for the Abyssal Blade, the Lincolns would have prevented a stun from going out. Nature's Prophet, haven't talked a lot about him this game, but he is now tied for second in terms of net worth on EG's team. Demon Edge in addition to the Orchid. Scythe of Ice for a little bit of control. But Zai falling in mid, even with his ultimate being expended. That's a 4-second stun.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
And the tier 3 towers are beginning to be broached.
Structures are fortified.
The tower was already gone. The barracks may fall as well. A port from Beastmaster. A buyback. Arteezy's back in the fight. 5,300 for our Ember Spirit. He is able to get a Searing Chains off on Arteezy. Just great use of the Frost Armor up on everyone. 65 physical resistance from Ember Spirit. Although that 35% movement speed reduction is a little annoying. That's about all the boar is able to do though. 46 damage piercing. No more than a tickle for our Ember Spirit. And they could have fought there, but instead, even with the Aegis, they say we're going to wait. We're just going to continue to farm. They're ahead on the kill count. They rightly are thinking they're ahead on XP. Arteezy's excellent farming job has left them with a bit of a deficit for net worth. But 4,300 gold coming out for Ember Spirit. He's already bought his item. It's 2 ultimate orbs coming his way. It will be an Eye of Scotty just for some extra durability, but also some extra damage. As well as a movement slow, an attack slow that will be applied to everyone once he Sleight of Fists them. He's up to 2600
Just what the doctor ordered.
HP. Almost as much. Now, actually, it is more than our Lycan. And now Aegis has a couple more minutes. Daedalus, however, coming out for the Lycan. He's going to be hitting even harder now. VG rotating through the jungle. They would have liked to have catched one of VG, but they're already in retreat. And with that lull, and the first Tier 3 barracks going down, we're going to use that to take a break. That's definitely what I would consider the end of the mid-game. We have a ginormous Ember Spirit now, with a Daedalus, a Battle Fury, an Eye of Scotty. Likewise for the Lycan, 20k plus. He has an Abyssal Blade, an Assault Cuirass, a Vlad's, in addition to his newly minted Daedalus. We're going to take a relaxing music break and come back to see the thrilling conclusion to this episode of 4D, Def's Daily Dose of Dota. I'm your host, Deficus.